بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. The sulb al-madmoon are the basic things in science of inheritance is the due share of the sharers. So we mentioned before that sharers are of two types, male and female, or men and women. Men are four in number, or four type of men. They are taking their due share from inheritance, while 8 type of sharers, they are taking their share from inheritance as a sharer. So who are the four? Number 1, the father. How many situations he has? 3 situations. Number 1. You should say like this, that father will take 1/6 as a sharer if the deceased has son or grandson. And number 2,
the father will take as residue the whole property.
The whole property or the remaining one after the due share of a sharer.
Yes, if there is no offspring.
Number 3.
Number 3, the father will take as a share 1/6 and the remaining as residue after the daughter or granddaughter take their share.
Yes. Number 2.
The second male sharer is the grandfather. The grandfather is a good substitute to the father, except in the following conditions. Number 1, the father, he omits the brothers and sisters, where the grandfather does not. Number 2, the father of the deceased.
Not like this. Say it like this in sequence. That the father, he eliminates the brothers and sisters according to all 4 schools of jurisprudence, while the grandfather, he does the same according to Abu Hanifa only, while according to others he is considered just like one of the brothers. Number 2.
Number 2, the father omits the grandmother of the deceased. She is related to the deceased through the father. However, if there is no father, then the grandfather does not omit the grandmother of the deceased.
Okay. Number 3.
Number 3, if the deceased has both parents and the spouse, then the mother of the deceased will get 1/3 of the remaining property after the share of the spouse. And when there is no father but there is a grandfather, then the mother of the deceased will get 1/3 of the whole property.
Number 4.
Number 4, in the case of a liberated slave, if a liberated slave has no kith and kin alive, then the property goes to the liberating master. If the liberating master has also passed away, then the property will go to his son, according to Jumhur. But according to Abu Yusuf, 1/6 of that property will go to the father of the liberating master.
Yes.
The rest will go to the sons of the liberating master.
Yes, but if there is grandfather instead of father, so now the case is one and the same according to all of them, including Abu Yusuf, that grandfather is not taking any share therefrom, and the whole property will go to the son of the liberated slave. Number 3, husband. Go ahead.
Husband has 2 situations. First situation, he will take half of the property as a share if the deceased has no offspring.
Okay.
Second situation, the father would take 1/4 of the property if the deceased does have offspring.
Okay, that is number 3. Number 4.
Number 4 is half brothers and sisters from the mother's side. They have 3 situations.
Or you can say the word you are using.
Half siblings.
Yes.
Half siblings from the mother's side.
Yes.
Half maternal siblings. They have 3 situations. Number 1, 1/6 if there is only one sibling. Number 2, they will take 2/3 and share that 2/3 if
Not 2/3. 1/3.
1/3. And they will share that 1/3 if there is one or more maternal siblings.
And number 3.
They will be omitted father, grandfather, son, or grandson of the deceased. And the mother will not omit the maternal brothers and sisters.
Actually, they will get eliminated by father, grandfather, the child and the grandchild. Not the son and the grandson. The child and the grandchild. Got it? What you have written there?
Omitted if offspring or father or grandfather are alive.
Yes. So offspring mean any child, maybe male or female. How many women are sharers in inheritance? 8. Yes. One is automatically, yes, that is discussed in siblings from mother's side, the sister. So number 2, the wife. How many situations the wife has?
The wife has 2 situations. She receives 1/4 of the property if the deceased does not have any offspring. And she receives 1/8 of the property if the deceased does have offspring.
That's number 1. Number 2.
Number 2 is the sister. She will get 1/6 of the.
Which sister?
Full sister.
Yes. Why you are not going to daughter first? After the wife, you should go to the daughter. Yes. How many situations the daughter has?
The daughter has 3 situations.
3 situations, yes.
If the daughter is alone, then she will take 1/6 of the property. If there is more.
What? Don't get confused. If daughter is alone, she will take half of the whole property. Number 2.
If the daughter is alone, she will take 1/2 of the whole property. If there are 2 or more daughters, then they will share 2/3 of the property. If the deceased also has a son, then the daughter of the deceased will become a co-residue with the son, and the fraction will be 2 to 1.
Yes. Number 3.
Number 3 is the granddaughter. The granddaughter has 6 situations. First situation, the granddaughter is alone, she will take half of the property.
She will take half of the property if she is alone.
Yes.
Number 2.
Number 2, the daughter, if there's...
The granddaughter, if they are more than 1, they will take 2/3 of the whole property.
And number 3, the granddaughter will take 1/6 of the property if there is a real daughter.
Only one. If the deceased has only 1 daughter, so then the granddaughter will take...
Should take 1/6
of the property. Number 4.
If the deceased has more than 1 daughter, then the granddaughter will get eliminated.
Yes. Number 5.
Number 5, that the granddaughter
will become a co-residue
with the grandson.
With the grandson. Maybe her brother or her cousin. Maybe her brother or her first cousin. So the granddaughter has 5 situations in science of inheritance. Yes. Number 3 or number 4? Number 4.
Number 4 is the sister of the deceased.
Which sister?
The full sister.
The full sister of the deceased. She has.
Full sister of the deceased has 5 situations. Number 1, she will take 1/2 of the whole property if she is the only child.
Yes.
Number 2, she will share the daughters of the deceased. If there are 2 or more, they will share 2/3 of the property.
Number 3.
Sister. Sorry.
Yeah.
Number 3, the sister of the deceased will get 1/6. The deceased also has a daughter.
Why you get confused? The sister will become a residue if the deceased has a daughter or a granddaughter. That's number 3.
The sister will become a residue if the deceased has a daughter or a granddaughter.
Number 4.
Number 4, she will also become a co-residue if the deceased has a brother.
Yes. And number 5.
She will become omitted if the deceased has a son, a grandson, a
father
or a grandfather, according to Imam Abu Hanifa.
According to Imam Abu Hanifa, if the deceased has a grandfather, so they will get eliminated. Yes. Go ahead. Number 5.
This situation is half sisters from the father's side. First situation, they will take half if there are only 1.
How many situations she has? 7 situations, yes. Number 1.
She will take half if she is only 1. They will take 2/3 if there are more than 1.
Yes.
And they will take 1/6 if there is a daughter or granddaughter.
Yes.
And they will.
And she will take 1/6 if there is
a daughter or granddaughter.
Yes.
And if there is more than 1 daughter or granddaughter, she will be eliminated, and she will become a residue with the half brother from the father's side.
Yes, and she will become residue with the daughter or granddaughter of the deceased as well.
She will be eliminated by the son,
the grandson,
the father, the full sister, the full brother,
yes,
the full sisters,
yes,
and the grandfather, according to Allah.
Yes, or a full sister if she will become a residue in one way or the other.
Because the 2/3 of the property will be gone.
Yes. Next, number 6.
The mother.
The mother.
Has 3 situations.
She has 3 situations.
Number 1, she will get 1/6 if the deceased has offspring or siblings in aggregate, or more siblings in aggregate. Number 2, she will take 1/3 if none of the above exists. Number 3, she will take 1/3 of the remaining property after the spouse if the deceased also has a father.
Yes.
According to Imam Abu Abbas, she will take 1/3 of the whole property.
Yes. Got it. The next one. Grandmother. Who is the last one? The grandmother, she will take 1/6 of the whole property. Yes. Just go ahead. They will share with each other if they are more than one.
Yes.
Maybe from father's side or from mother's side.
Yes. And the nearest grandmother, she eliminates the father's grandmother.
Yes. And then another thing is that if a grandmother is related to the deceased by 2 ways and another one by 1 way, so according to Abu Yusuf,
for Yusuf, that they will share the 1/6 equally. According to Imam Muhammad, that the grandmother that has 2 relations,
she would be considered as a 2 grandmother, so she will take 2/3 of the 1/6 and the other one will take 1/6 of the. Munir, what do you think about these 2 ulama? They're good?
Imam Muhammad says that they will be equal even though one has more than 1 relation to the deceased. Imam Abu Yusuf says they are equal.
Yes. Abu Yusuf says they are equal. But Imam Muhammad says that the granddaughter which has a 2-way relation to the deceased, she would be considered as 2 grandmothers. So she will take 2/3 of 1/6 and the other one she will take 1/3 of 1/6. So now the next chapter is Al-Asabat. Go back to the very starting lectures where I have given you the sequence or the order. That after the burial expenses or takfeen and tajheez of the deceased, there will be the payment of his loans. Number 2. Number 3, the implementation of his will or execution of his will. And number 4, distribution amongst his heirs according to Quran, Sunnah and Ijma of Ummah. Yes? And then we said, yes, that first, the sharers, they will take their due share. Then, after that, the asabat and the residue. Yes? Al-asabat an Sababiya, who have a blood relation with the deceased, they will take it. Then, Al-asabat as-Sababiya, which is liberating slave or his offspring, means sons or grandsons. Then, after that, the Zawil Arham, yes, that will be lecture number 4 or 5. You should have cleaned your notes, chapter-wise. So, but anyhow, we are there in Al-Asabat. And Asabat, these are of 2 types. Number 1, Al-Asabat as-Sababiya. So literally we can translate it, that residue with by a specific means, which is liberating slave, or his male siblings. So as a preface, you should write that Islam has not introduced slavery, nor it has encouraged it ever. Never ever Islam encouraged slavery. But slavery, that was a well-known practice in every culture and civilization. There were two ways of making slaves. Number one, to enslave someone by force. Islam dropped it from day one. Number two, the POWs or the captives, even though this is not the only way regarding case of POWs, the Khalifa can release them for free. Number two, for ransom. Number three, in exchange to his own POWs. Number four, after asking them for a specific service, then they will get released. And number five, to enslave them. But still, Islam does not treat them as slaves, but as a family member. That's why in one time, in the time of Tabi'een, the Fuqaha and jurists are authentic authority of every single city in Arabia was a slave, except Ibrahim al-Nakha'i, rahimahullah. Only Ibrahim, he was an Arab. Otherwise, Lays ibn Sa'd, Ata ibn Abi Rabah, Imam Hassan Basri, Abdullah ibn Mubarak, all of them, they were slaves. But they got trained by their master and being taught in such a way that they became the authorities in Islam. But still, Islam encouraged to set them free. Number one, for the sake of Allah. Number two, to make them mukatab, M-U-K-A-T-A-B, means to ask them, if you will pay me that much, you will be free. فَكَاتِبُوهُمْ إِنْ عَلِمْتُمْ فِيهِمْ خَيْرًا. Surah Nur. Surah Nur. فَكَاتِبُوهُمْ إِنْ عَلِمْتُمْ فِيهِمْ خَيْرًا وَآتُوهُمْ مِنْ مَالِ اللَّهِ الَّذِي آتَاكُمْ. Got it or not it? You. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والذين يبتغون الكتاب مما ملكت أيمانكم فكاتبوهم إن علمتم فيهم خيرا وآتوهم من مال الله الذي آتاكم. Those who are looking for kitabah, and this type of liberation of slave is called kitabah, which literally means writing, because this type of contract was always in writing. Got it? Now in this regard, when the master said, if you will pay me $1,000 so you are free, now the acceptance and the rejection both are in the hands of the slave. And when he accepted, then the master cannot withdraw it. You should write it. The master cannot withdraw it. Yes, the slave can do that. And they are one of those 8 categories who are eligible for zakat. But they may be given the first priority in zakat even. وَآتُوهُمْ مِنْ مَالِ اللَّهِ الَّذِي آتَاكُمْ. And then this was number 3? Number 3, to make them mudabbar. Mudabbar, like this. Which means that if the master will say, Anta hurrun dubura minni, actually this word was used mostly in this type of contract. So that's why the title came there from, Mudabbar, from dubura minni, that after me you are free, mean after my death. So when the master said it, there is no need of acceptance from slave side. This is one-sided contract. You should write it. This is one-sided contract. When the master said, Anta hatiqun dubura minni, you are free after my death, job is done. Even though if he joked, that is serious. Should write it. It means that Islam encourages liberation or setting free, not slavery. So that's why joke is meant there. Yes, joke is not meant as a joke. Joke is meant as meant. Got it? Salasun jidduhunna jiddun wa hazluhunna jidd at-talaqu wal-hataqu wal-yamin. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says 3 things are there. Jidduhunna jiddun wa hazluhunna jidd. Intention is intention. Joke is intention as well. Jidduhunna jiddun wa hazluhunna jidd. So if somebody said, oh, I said to my slave, you are free, but I was joking. Oh brother, there is no joke. Like if someone said to his wife that you are divorced, and later on he will say, oh, I was joking. Yes, you were joking, but we are not joking. Yes, divorce is done. Got it? Got it or not it? Are you got it? Okay. So anta hatiqun dubura minni, that is called mudabbar. So you should write it. Now mudabbar could not be sold nor gifted to anyone as a slave. The only thing the master can do is to set him free before his death. That's the only thing he has in his hand. Nothing else he can do. And right after his death, he becomes free. Right? And the next one, if she is a woman, to make her Ummul Walad. Little meaning of Ummul Walad is mother of the child. And by child we mean the child of the master. Mother of the child mean the child of the master. Ummul Walad, mother of the child of the master. If the master will have his slave woman as wife, and he begot a child therefrom, he begot a child therefrom, so that slave woman, she is just like mudabbar. Mean could not be sold nor be gifted. Only thing the master can do, say, to free her. And if he will not, right after his death, she will become free. Right after his death, she will become free. Another way of liberation, Islam encouraged to liberate them in kafara or expiation or atonement. Like kafaratul yamin. Like what? somebody broke his oath, then he has to pay the expiation of the kafara. So one way of kafara is to liberate a slave. Yes. Number 2, kafaratul zihar. If somebody said to his wife, you are to me just like my mom. You are to me just like my mom. Such a dangerous word that he can have her. But before having her as his wife, he has to pay the kafara for these bad words. So what's the kafara? One way of kafara is to liberate or free a slave. Number 3, kafara of qatl khata. Killing someone by accident. So if someone got killed by another one, not purposely, but unintentionally or as accident, so then he has to pay the kafara as well, to take up the burden of the conscience. Because every human, he will be thinking day and night. Yes, nightmares. What?
Nightmares.
How the nightmares come? Because that's the burden on his conscience for such like things. Now, to get rid of that nightmare, Islam ordered us to what do? To do kafara, to get rid of that situation. So one way of kafara is liberate a slave. And number 4, if somebody, he did break his fasting in Ramadan intentionally, without any just cause and reason, so then he has to pay kafara, to fast 2 months constantly and continuously, or to feed 60 poor, or to liberate a slave, to free a slave. So now all these ways of kafara means what?
Islam encourages it.
Yes, Islam encouraging liberation. Islam does not encourage slavery. Yes. The next way of liberation is al-abd as-sa'i. Al-abd. If there is a slave commonly owned by 2 people, and one of them liberated his part of slavery, now if he is a rich one, he would be asked to pay for the remaining 50% of that slave to the other partner. And if he is a poor, so then the slave may be asked to work and to pay 50% of his price or value to the other partner. So in that 50%, he is considered as a mukatab. Not mukatab, but as a mukatab. Got it? Now, when someone became free, so now he will own property. If he passed away, does not have any kith and kin to inherit him, and he has the property, but he does not have neither zawil furuz, nor residues, nor zawil arham. So what would be done? His property will go to his liberating master, because he owns it because of that liberation. He owns it because of what? He liberated him, so that's why he owned. Otherwise, he was unable to own a single penny. Got it or not it? If the master is already dead, so now his property will go to the son or sons of that master, or the male siblings of that master. Only according to Abu Yusuf, 1/6 of that property will go to the father of the liberating master. And this Asabat as-Sababiya, there is a hadith, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-wala'u luhmatun, Al-wala'u luhmatun ka luhmatin nasab. Al-wala'u luhmatun ka luhmatin nasab. That wala, our liberation, that's also a link, like lineage. But there is nothing for woman in this regard. But only if they have liberated their slaves, then the liberating woman will be a residue of the liberated slave. And another point is that this rule would be applied in case of liberation, in case of mudabbar, and in case of mukatab, because all of them got liberated in one way or the other. Got it or not it? This type of inheritance would be implemented after residue by blood. After residue by blood. Before return to Zawil Furuz. And before giving to Zawil Arham. But according to Ibn Masud and Ibn Abbas from Sahaba, Ibn Masud and Ibn Abbas from Sahaba, and some of the Tabi'een, they say that they will take after Zawil Arham. If Zawil Arham are not there, then they are eligible. So tomorrow will be the next point, that Islamically if someone owned his own blood relation, for example a father owned his son as a slave, or vice versa, so right at the moment he owned him, he gets free automatically. Got it? But still the same rule would be applied. Rule of inheritance. If he did not have after his death anything to inherit him, yes, so the property will go to the brother. For example, a brother owned another brother. A brother owned another brother. So now the property will go to him as a lineage residue and as a Asaba as-Sababiya. Got it or not it? That rule would be applied. For example, if a daughter, she owned her father. She owned her father. Right at the moment, the father became free. Now the father passed away. The father passed away. Now that girl automatically become residue Sababiya. So she will take some of the property as a sharer and some remaining as Asaba as Sababiya, because she is the liberating master. Wa sallallahu ta'ala. Farooq Sahab, how did you enjoy it?